everybody, Mike Pfeiffer, Pfeiffer Hobby Supply. Today we're going to do update 45, and I hope you enjoy this one. I have gotten, it doesn't look like it, but I've gotten quite a bit done here on the peninsula. And let's take a look at what I've got going on. I have a lot going on, and I'll talk about that at the end. Okay, troops, let's take a look at what I think I've got here. This is kind of what I plan on, is a run-out track here so that cars can be shuffled around a little bit. Of course, this track right over here will be joined. That curve turn out there will allow me to bring a track over to the rest of this area in whatever manner I see fit. But I think that plan right there will work. What do you guys think? Okay, the black line that goes behind the drill there, that's kind of where I'm planning on the base of the hill or the mountain. And it'll go up from there, and then of course lower over here on the right. That's kind of what I envision anyway, with the housing on and stuff. Then there would be the log pond there. This would be a river inlet to go over there to the log pond. Then there would be an outlet over there that would just go back across somewhere to the river, probably along the base of the mountain there. More or less like an irrigation ditch, just to drain incoming water out of there. That's another plan that I have in my head. But that's kind of what I'm thinking about right there. The river, since I've cut this down to one track, the river might come over here to the left a little more, out of the way, and parallel the railroad track, and maybe not be so wide. But anyway, I don't know yet. But I'm gonna try and get this track in for the yard, the incoming track for the yard, or outgoing is the transfer yard. Once I get all that track hooked up and kind of hooked down temporarily, I'll kind of be on my way here with scenery stuff. And I needed to know where I need to cut down the fascia here. So I'm going to kind of plan on cutting it in right there, and I'll just make the track bend appropriately to fit it. So I will be marking that and cut that all the way down to the foam. And then I will cut the river all the way down to the foam wherever all the way down to the foam wherever I decide that's going to be. So there you have it. Okay, we've taken a look at this already, but what you haven't taken a look at is that I've cut the fascia down. This track is going to come off right here and dead end, but I think having it curved like that is going to be nice because I can run out and put cars in and all that stuff over there. It'll give me a little bit of room to switch back and forth. Anyways, okay, so what you're looking at here is this will be a little canal, okay? The river, in theory, comes down from the mountains over here. And this, as you can see, this will be a random shape here. And that canal will come off of the river here, which they dug, and it's going to go over there and feed the log pond. And it will have probably have a small dam on it, or a lock or something here, so that they can regulate the amount of water that's going into the log pond. The log pond will extend out here somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be quite that big, but anyways, then over here there'll be another gate, if you will, and will come down, and this will vent back into the river. However, the river is going to show right along here. to this point. Then the river will disappear. This will have come off the river. So there will be a little bit of exposed river right there. And then you see how the landform is just going to go up. And the landform in the back over there will come around where this little line, sorry for my finger, this little line over here will be somewhere in there. I mean, this is just general stuff, so I could cut the fascia. So that's what it's going to look like. I don't know how much I'll have for a video this week. It depends on what I get done today and tomorrow. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you, you have to wait all the way to the end, but I'm going to tell you what the new vehicle is. Okay, gang. Here is the yard lead going into the interchange track. And I think this will really help because then you can drop off and pick up cars here and they can be put on a particular track. You have room to run around and sort cars from this end. And I think that will be very good and very handy for switching the cars in the interchange track. But I like the look of that. I like the slope. I like the turn at the beginning of the yard. I like everything about it. So there it is. I got to put a feeder wire. All this is soldered together, but I got to put a feeder wire to this. No big deal. I'll get to the feeder wires at some point. And I think for right now, until I dig some buildings out, here's another thing I'm thinking. I'm going to put a number 4 off of that up there. One leg that comes out straight and the other leg that will turn and come this way. And I'm thinking about putting the Schmelly Meats over here. And then down there where the Woods Furniture Building is sitting, over in here possibly somewhere, maybe put the eye stock. Not that eye stock. I have the curved eye stock that I was talking about, but I'm not exactly sure how to go about that yet. I don't know, but I'm thinking of Schmelly Meats down here. I think that might be pretty cool. So anyway, and this, I think I explained it before, but this is the river outlet. It'll just be a small channel. This one over here will be a small channel, and all it will do is feed the log pond. And then there'll be river along here up to about here. And I think that'll look pretty cool. Anyways, that's the vision right now. But you know me, that could change in a heartbeat. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, gang. I told you here at the end, I would tell you what kind of vehicle it is that I'm getting. And I guess I might as well get with it. A 1930 Model A. It's a long story about it. I'll try and shorten it up and condense it, but I'll show some pictures of the car after I get done here. I have not picked it up yet. I have not gotten the Mustang out of the garage yet. It will be going soon. The bank has a 5 to 7 day hold on the man's check who sent me the check for the Mustang. The check has been verified and it's good, but it's a matter of the bank making sure they have the funds. But anyway, this Model A, I've seen it for a couple of years out at the fair because the Border A Club sets up out there every year right in front of our building, the Model Railroad building. So I'm always going out there checking a couple of Model Ts, Model As. There's a gentleman has a AA truck out there that's got every old horn on it that you could imagine, and people are always able to push the buttons and hear the horns. Anyways, I talked to this gentleman out there. I won't mention his name, but a gentleman here in the Border A Club is in the Model A Hall of Fame. And he told me that this man I'm buying this car from is the best Model A mechanic that he knows. And so the gentleman who has the car, he and I talked out at the fairgrounds this year. You will see when you see the car. We talked about what he had done to the car, what it needed, what it had needed, and everything. And I'll tell you why it appealed to me, because it's not a spit shiny car. It's a patina car. There has been nothing done basically to the body except fitment. All the pieces on the body fit pretty good. The trunk needs a little bit of work, but the gentleman I'm buying it from told me an easy way to fix that with a ratchet strap. Permanent fix. And anyways, that's the kind of things that I want to do. The reason I'm getting this A is because there was nothing to do on the Mustang. I was out of stuff. I mean, there really was nothing. Once you buy a car that's done, there's nothing to do. So, Robin and I talked at great length. I had looked at several cars, and I had told her I had looked at this Model A and looked at it and looked at it and looked at it and talked to the gentleman. Anyway, to get back to the story, but Robin thought that the Model A would probably be the best, even though she wasn't really a fan of the idea of a Model A in the beginning. It's something I can continue to tinker with, because these cars take tinkering just to keep them going. And this car has a lot of things I can do, a lot of things I can change to make it into what I want it to actually be in the end. But let me tell you how the car is. You'll see the picture, but it doesn't tell the story. The engine on it, completely taken apart, inspected, Chevy valves put in it, adjustable tappets have been put in. That's part of the Chevy valve conversion. Everything's been done to the engine. All new seals, all new everything. New head gasket, all that, of course, because they had to take it apart. He had to take it apart. But the engine is totally gone through. All the clearances are correct on the bottom end bearings. All that's been looked at, checked. Everything's good to go. Leakless water pump has been put on it. Now, we won't go into that, but it's an upgraded water pump. Looks like the original, but upgraded. The transmission fluid has been changed, and I'm pretty sure he told me he looked at the. I'm pretty sure he took the top of the transmission off and looked at it and made sure everything was good in there. The whole frame has been taken apart and put back together. All new front end parts, cast iron brake drums in the front with all the brakes redone. Still has the steel drums in the back, but that's okay. They take least punishment. Brakes done in the back. Everything on it has been touched with the exception of the rear end. He did not open up the rear end, but he put new bearings on the outer ends of the rear end. Every bolt on the chassis is new. He had to cut all of them off with a torch. The body was taken off the car. Everything that can be done to it is done to it, but it's all stuff you can't see in the pictures I'm going to show you. You open up the hood, the engine is spotless, firewall has been painted black. He's having the radiator done right now. That's why I can't pick up the car yet. He was hooking up the vacuum wiper. He had some new fittings put on the copper pipe going to the vacuum wiper. He's verified that the vacuum wiper works. All the glass rolls up, all new felting, all new interior. You'll see a seat in there and you're going to question, why does it have headrest holes in it? Well, that's because it's a mid seat out of a Dodge minivan. It's much more comfortable. It has adjustment, the back adjustment, and it has forward and backward, of course. And it exactly fits a Model A coupe. So there's things that we're going to do to it, and I won't go into that now because this is becoming very elongated. But nevertheless, I'm going to show you the pictures, and you have to understand that everything from the running boards down has been done. The interior has been done. The engine compartment has been done. The radiator's been done. New wiring harness, by the way. Everything else has been done. Everything works on the car. I've ridden in the car about 4 miles. Shifts perfectly. Engine sounds real good. Anyway, it's going to be something for me to fool with. But instead of me rambling on and on and on, and I'm sure you have a lot of questions about it, but we'll go into that as I work on the car. But this is what it looks like today. Now, some of these pictures, the wheels aren't painted. The wheels are now painted, and all of the wheels on the car are gray. So what you see in the pictures, some of them may not be exactly how it's sitting right now. But I think I will probably pick it up by the end of next week, and I believe the guy will have a carrier somewhere towards the end of next week, and or maybe the next week for the Mustang. So that being said, let me show you some pictures. I know none of you guessed it, and probably never would have guessed it. Me from the cars I had going from performance cars, to say the least, to a car that top speed's only about 50 mile an hour at the most. But it's the tinkering, and you have to drive a Model A. You got to drive or ride in a Model A to understand the fun. Robin likes the car. She's sitting in the car. You'll see a picture of her and I when we actually gave the guy the down payment on the car. You can see his other car in the background. And anyway, let's get with it, because I could just go on and on and on about this. But anyway, it's a Model A. Okay, everybody, hope you liked that one. Hope you liked my car choice. Actually, I don't really care. I like it. Robin likes it. And we're going to love the thing, and we're going to drive it. It's not going to be a garage queen. It's going to be a driver. Okay? I'm not going to fix it up to the point where it's going to be so shiny you're afraid to take it anywhere. I want people to be able to sit in it at a car show, enjoy it, see that all the stuff inside the hood is just like a jewel box, and go from there. But I've got plans, and you'll see what they are. Thanks for watching this one, and thanks for watching.